Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back for some more trading. Let's get straight into the setups before we jump to the 1-minute stories. You clearly see on the Dow yearly high-low weekly time frame, resistance still 61.8, support coming from the 50. Trend is down on this time frame, 50 above 21, above 8. Stochastic trading below signal line, also below this 38.2 level. Above 61.8, want to push for this 89 target. Below 38.2, want to push for the 11 target. Just watch out if we do push above 61.8, we will face that 50 moving average as resistance first before getting to this first target and then second target. On the monthly high-low, trend is also down, 50 above 21, above 8. Current resistance is the 50, support is the 38.2. Stochastic trading above the signal line, starting to push above this 38.2 level into this consolidation. We can see price and the stochastic is talking very nicely to each other. Just gonna have a look. You can see pushing towards this 50. Next resistance, as I said, that 50. Only above 61.8 do we want to be long and aim for this 89 target. Still below the 0 level, we want to be short and aim for this 127. Trend is down according to both these indicators, but we can see price is starting to move up towards these upper targets, and stochastic is also starting to move back into this consolidation area, showing us that there is potential for this trend to start turning to the upside. On the weekly high-low, the hourly time frame, got that trigger for a long little bit earlier. If you took that trigger where it was the highest point, the trade was running at about 207 points profit. At the moment, that is about 78 points. So still we have this outstanding target of 127 that we need to reach, more than halfway. So it does qualify for a trigger short below the 100 level. Candle close, break previous candle low. We aim for the 77 first target stop to entry, and final target 61.8 for the take profit, with the stop being right in the middle between 127 and 100. You can see trend is currently up on the hourly. 8 is above 21, above the 50. Stochastic above signal line, and both trading above this 80 level. So both these indicators are showing us that we still want to be long and aim for this outstanding first target 127, but we do have an available short if price turns around, candle close below the 100, break previous candle low. On the daily, went a little bit above the 127, got that trigger there below, so we're still aiming for this 100 level. But if you missed that one, next up and coming shorts, candle close below the 100 level, break previous candle low. We aim for first target 77, final target 61, stop in between the 127 and the 100. Otherwise, we did get a trigger for a long earlier this morning. We got to first target 127, so this one 161.8 is still an outstanding target for this long, but on this current trade, stop is to entry, so it is a risk-free trade after all. Trend has changed. 21 is now above the 8, moving slightly below the 50, so trend is down on the 5 minutes. However, we still have this outstanding target, so let's just keep an eye out with the opening. That volatility will maybe push us more towards 161, or it'll give us a short below this 100 level. Take a look at US Tech real quick. US Tech, we can see current level of resistance on the yearly high-low weekly time frame. Resistance 38.2, support 23.6. Below the 38.2, we want to push for this 11. That is still an outstanding target that we need to reach, or that we potentially can reach. Only above 61.8 do we want to be long and aim for this 89. But trend is still down, 50 above 21, above 8. Stochastic below signal line and trading below this 38.2. So both these indicators are showing us that we still want to be short on this time frame and potentially aim for this 11 level still. As I said, resistance still 38.2. So what we might be pushing back into this consolidation, but only above 61.8 do we want to be long and aim for the 89. On the monthly high-low, this is the daily time frame. Came off the 0 level, we've hit that target. Only below the 0 level do we want to be short and aim for the minus 127. Current level of support 23.6, resistance 38.2. Next long or indication for we want to be long on this time frame, candle push above 61.8. We aim for this 89. Trend is down, 50 above 21, above 8. Stochastic trading slightly above signal line, starting to push up. So there is a possibility that momentum might take us back to this 50 moving average after all, or at least back into this consolidation area. Just keep an eye out for that. But trend is down on the daily time frame for US Tech. On the hourly, we did get that trigger for a long little bit earlier as well today. Hit first target, so stop is to entry on this trade. From where that target was to first target, 107 points. So we still have that outstanding target of the 89. However, next short will only be below 38.2. Candle close, break previous candle low. We aim for 23 and 11 final target for the take profit. As I said, this the long trigger did hit first target, so stop is to entry on this trade. So currently it is a risk-free trade. Need to look at the moving averages, 50 above, 21 above 8, stochastic and signal line, both trading above this 80 level. So both these indicators are telling us to still stay long and actually aim for this 89 target. If we can break these highs, possibilities are strong that the momentum will definitely take us to this final target of the 89. We should just keep an eye out for that. On the daily high low for US Tech, trading above, also got that trigger long very early this morning, roundabout. Let's have a quick look when that trigger occurred. About 5:25, so about 25 minutes past 7, we got this trigger for a long. Hit first target, so stop is to entry, went about halfway to final target. Currently, this trade is still open, but is risk-free because stop is to entry. You can see next trigger for a short, candle close below this this 127, break previous candle low. We aim for going back to the 100, with the stop being in the middle of the 161.8 and the 127. That's currently, if we can take a look at where our TP will be, about 148 points. So it's about, say, stop of about 60, 65 points, if you must say, around about there. Let's have a quick look. This candle did not close. Just need to make sure closed on that level, so not really below it. So we need a candle close below this 127 level, and then the next candle breaking that low to be able to get that trigger short back to the 100, and then trigger short below the 100. Same story back to 77, and final target 61.8. Watch out as we break down to this 127. We have the 61.8 of the weekly there as a support level, as well as the 23.6 of the monthly. So we have quite a lot of support as we take this trigger for a short. But this trade is still open. We still have this final target that we are aiming for. Trend is down, 50 above, 21 above 8, stochastic below signal line, and also trading below this 11 level. Let's move on to our 1 minute stories real quick. Just gonna fix my chart on the side. All right, that is set up. Now let's take a quick look. One minute grids that hit 0.2. So if we get a moving average crossover, the low will change from high to low. We just need that dotted line 8 and 21 moving average crossover. So green above red crossover, then the low will change. But for now, the lows are still the lows of this morning. 1 minute grids are quite extended. So we are still going to use these lows over here. So you do have a quick look. That hits significant level. So that will be the low. And then the high, just keep trailing to the tops. As I said, if we get another moving average crossover, we'll just take this low level. We'll just take this low and we'll move it to the latest low if we get that crossover, because we are hitting a significant level on the stochastic. And then on US Tech, still haven't got the moving average crossover yet. Same story. Just see if we did hit a significant level on US Tech. Then 8, 0.8. So for now, we just need that stochastic to travel a little bit lower, but still lows will be where that low was. $9.4, that is not small enough. So what we're going to do is just trail it from the highs to the lows. If we get a moving average crossover, we will change it. Here we go. All right, now that we have our 1 minute grids, let's look for the possibility of extension fibs. Not really big enough of a retracement over here. Keep an eye on that. US tech as well. These levels are still quite tight. 2 points. Dow also giving us about 3 points over there. So we're just going to wait with the extension fibs for a bit and look for some possible triggers. Next triggers for long, if you're interested, 33 stochastic up through 50 for the longs. Still have about 14 minutes until opening. So you can grab yourself a cup of coffee and just sit back and wait for this volatile opening. Remember, we do have FOMC news tonight at 8 o'clock. That is quite a volatile news that usually moves the market quite a bit. US tech daily high low, we did get a trigger for a short below the 127. Candle closed below that level. Candle broke that low, so we have triggered for short on daily high low. But G33 stochastics up to 50. I'm going to wait for opening personally before I take a trade. Rather sit and get those 5 points with a volatile movement. But 5 minute trend is down on these markets. So what we can do is, if you want to, put a sell stop for a trend chaser below these lows, because that is definitely valid. Below this candle low, we got 1, 2 candles closing above this low. I'm going to put a trend chaser over there for the 5 points. You're more than welcome to. Watch at 33 stochastic up to 50 for the trigger long. Triggered for that long on US tech if you want to take that. These ranges are still a little bit too small. 33 up through 50 on US Tech. Oh, sorry, on the Dow, also giving us a possible trigger. If that triggers up through 50, can take that long as well. That is just triggered. Watch out for this 50 moving average and 77 off the 1 minute grid as resistance. If 821 crosses over, we'll change the grid lows to the current lows. Got that moving average crossover there, so let's just move the low of US Tech. That low has moved because we came from a significant level on the stochastic. Dow also crossed over. So the low of the 1 minute grid on the Dow will also change. Start putting our extension fibs. Ranges are getting a little bit better. See between 38 and 50. Still 4.9. We need a minimum of 10 points. On US Tech, also only 3.3 points, not enough. About 6 minutes until opening, so let's just give it a chance. Just rather focus on trading well and not too often. Two from 38 to 50 now. On the Dow, about 7.2 points. We're getting there. Definitely getting there. These ranges are improving a little bit. $33 stochastic down through 50 on the Dow qualifies for a short. Signal line is above the 50. Dow not. Signal line is still below that 50 level, so 33 down through 50 is not valid on the Dow. Stochastics did trigger. Dow is now valid. Signal line trending slightly above the 50. So 33 down is a valid trigger for a short if you want to take it. Trend chase also coming up on these lows. Minute and a couple of seconds away from opening, so just watch out if you have any positions or any orders in place. They don't get spiked out and you end up in a negative position. Just going to keep trailing the lows of this 1 minute grid. $33 down to 50 triggered shorts on the Dow as well. Resistance on the Dow, that 38.2 of 1 minute grid we have opened. Just give it some space. Put these extension flip or the US tech extension flip to the side. Dow is still valid. Keep trailing this 1 minute grid. See now below 38.2. About 8 points. Getting there. And we have the range. Sell stop on the Dow below 38.2. Going for the 5 points. Watch the 61.8 of the 1 minute grid. From low to high, got that 77% retracement. So longs above 38.2 is valid. Range not big enough, only about 6.3 points. What we can do is put a sell stop below this low for a trend chaser. Just have to make sure we get there in time. For the 5 points. Just need 2 candles closing above this low. $33 down through 50 is valid on the Dow, not yet on US Tech. Need this candle to close. Then we can put a sell stop for a trend chaser. Break of these highs on the Dow, we can also put a buy stop. Oh, not yet. I see 5-minute trend on the Dow is still down. We need this 5-minute candle to close in order to get that crossover confirmation. Can put a sell stop on US Tech. See this 1-minute grid real quick. Below 38.2, we have about 6.1 points. That is not enough. We still have our sell stop on the Dow. Keep in mind from low to high, currently sitting at an 89% retracement. Keep in mind, I'm just going to delete this extension fib for now, as it is almost as big as the 1-minute grid. We need that 5-minute crossover confirmation, so not going to put a trend chaser above the 100 yet. Going to delete this position on US Tech below 38.2. about 7.7 points. Resistance on US tech is now the 77 of weekly, as well as 50 moving average on 5 minutes. 33 down through 50 is now valid on both markets. Let's see short below this 38.2 on US tech. We have 8.1 points. We are getting there. Broken this high, we're just going to trail this 1 minute grid. $9.5, just need to wait a little bit. Five-minute trend on Dow is up, so that has been confirmed. So we can start looking for possible trend chases on the Dow. US Tech 5-minute trend is still down. 2 candles closing below this high. We can put a buy stop for a trend chaser. We'll have more than enough now. It's gonna, this 1 minute extension is almost as big as the grid. So you're gonna take a quick look at it and see if it is still worth the trade. If we hit this 89, I'll just put it to the side for a bit. This candle closes, we'll just put a buy stop. Just going to pull this extension flip to the side for now. Watch if we need to trail these highs. 5-minute trend on US Tech might also change. As I said previously, we need this 5-minute candle to close to confirm. We can put a buy stop on the Dow. Five points. Dow, we still have that outstanding daily high-low target of 161.8. Next resistance coming up is the 50 of the monthly, extremely strong level. That is the 50 of consolidation on the monthly high-low. Five-minute trend on US Tech, if that confirms, we can put a buy stop above this 100 level for a trend chaser. Five-minute trend is confirmed on US Tech. We can put a buy stop above this 100. If we're going to be in time. 5 points. That buy stop took. Keep in mind, break previous candle low, we have to get out. Took profit on US Tech. Keep trailing the highs of this 1-minute grid. Start looking for the possibilities of the high of opening range. Supports on the Dow is 77 of the 1-minute grid. Next up and coming resistance on US Tech, 89 of the weekly. That is a take profit level if you took the weekly high-low trade. Watch on DOW30 stochastic down through 50 is a trigger for a short. We can put an extension fib on the Dow. Let's see, above 61.8. About 8 points. That is not enough. 7.3. If this candle closes, we can put another buy stop for a trend chaser. 5-minute trend is still up. We are still aiming for that final target, 161.8 of the daily high-low in US Tech. And obviously still 89 of the weekly high-low we are aiming for. So we have two targets we're still aiming for take profit levels. Possibility of a trigger separation long. That is valid because 5-minute trend is up. Can put a buy stop above these highs. Slightly above it. .5 points. About 8.8 points on the extension fib. Resistance at the 77 of the 1-minute grid on the Dow. Just putting it slightly above this high so we can avoid being taken into a trade with double tops. Dow is going to keep trailing this extension fib above 61.8, 77. We have 10 points exactly. Just going to wait for it to extend a little bit more. Don't want to get caught at the 77 level. You can see that held as resistance previously. We can put a buy stop just above this level. A minute and 2 minutes, a couple of seconds to go for opening ranges. About 5 points. There we go. $33 down to 50 on the Dow has triggered. Support is the 50 of the 1 minute grid on the Dow. Support 77 of US Tech 1 minute grid. We have our opening ranges. Just need to get those levels in here. To wait and see if these buy stops are going to take. 1 minute trend is changing, so I'll just delete this trend chaser. I get my opening range levels in. All right, supports on the Dow 5-minute, 50 moving average, as well as 127 of the daily high low. No big support or resistance at the moment for US tech. We're trading in between that 89 and 77 of the weekly. See our extension fibs on US tech. Above the 61.8, still not enough. Need, as I said, minimum of 10 points. That little gap there on US tech. See if it moves up and takes up position. I'll buy stop for a trend chaser. That is above the 61.8 of opening range as well, so just keep an eye out for that. Watch for the buy stop on US tech. Getting closer to that. Buy stop triggered. Took profit on that one. Keep trailing this 1-minute grid. Put this extension fib to the side for now. Support on the Dow still 127 of daily, as well as 50 moving average on 5. Pushing slightly below that 127 of daily on the Dow. They keep trailing this extension fib. Watch the 33 down to 50 on US Tech. Keep in mind we're getting closer to this opening range level. As we get closer to it, we just watch that 33 down trigger if you doesn't follow through because of the support level. We have our buy stop above 61.8. Just watch out for this 50 level of the 1 minute grid as resistance. Our TP is just above that. 5 minute trend might change on the Dow again. We just need this 5 minute candle to close to get that confirmation. Going to delete this buy stop for now. This 1 minute grid is getting quite big. Extension fib, so we're going to put that to the side. Wait for a new opportunity. Maybe start pushing an extension fib on US Tech. Range is not big enough. Watch for potential trigger short on opening range for the Dow. Dow 5 minute trend is down. That has been confirmed. Just watch this low of the 1 minute grid. We might have to trail it. Also looking for possibility of a trend chaser short on the Dow since 5 minute trend is now down. Let's take a look at this US Tech 1 minute grid. 61 to 77, 7.2 points, not big enough. Can put a trend chaser below this low of the 1 minute grid. $33 down to 50 triggered on US Tech. Watch that 61.8 of the 1 minute grid. There's a lot of supports on the bigger time frame. 5 minute, we have 77 of the weekly, 50 moving average on 5 minutes. We hit that 50 moving average on 1 minute. Above 61.8. 7.7 points. Need that to stretch a little bit more. Stochastic up through 54 long on the Dow is valid. US tech, not so much. Watch at 33 up through 50 on the Dow. Not going to take that as we hit 50 moving average on 1 and we're getting so close to that 50 of opening range. Let's see if we do hit a 77% retracement on this extension fib for US tech. Below 77 for trigger short, 7.7, that is not enough. US tech 5-minute trend is lapsed. We can put a buy stop for a trend chaser above these highs. Took that buy stop. Stop on this one, break previous candle low. We're struggling with that follow through. Everything is suggesting that we stay long on the bigger time frames. Took profit on US tech. The trail this 1 minute grid. 5 minute trend on the Dow is back up. 8 is above 21. Put these extension fibs to the side. The Dow we can start measuring. Delete the sell stop for the trend chaser as 5 minute trend is up. Can put a buy stop above these highs for trend chaser ever since 5 minute trend is up. Took profit on that one. Give me a second, guys. I'll be back. Keep an eye on the Dow. Next level of resistance is the 50 of the monthly. Very, very significant level of resistance coming up. And we have so close to final target. 161 of daily high low on US tech. Now we have hit take profit on the daily high low to 161. If you took that trade, well done.